Right, let's get straight into it. You know that little voice in your head? The one that's constantly comparing you to others? Research suggests we make social comparisons about 10% of the time. If you're awake for 16 hours a day, that's over an hour and a half spent sizing yourself up against someone else. It's a colossal amount of mental energy dedicated to keeping score. This isn't just when you're scrolling through social media, it happens everywhere. You're at the traffic lights and you glance over at the car next to you. Is it faster, shinier, newer? This internal scorekeeper is working overtime, and most of the time, we don't even realize it's switched on. It's like driving. You're meant to focus on your own journey, but instead you spend time craning your neck to see who's pulling ahead. Understanding how often this happens is the first step. It's like finding a slow puncture in your tire. You have to know it's there before you can fix it. We're all doing it, turning life into one big, unofficial race without a finish line. Why do we compare ourselves to others? It's an ancient instinct, rooted in survival. Our ancestors compared to know where they stood and how to improve. This drive is baked into our DNA. But today, social media has supercharged it. We're not just comparing to our neighbors, but to celebrities and strangers worldwide. No wonder we feel overwhelmed. The key is to understand this instinct and learn to manage it. While comparison is natural, it can mess with your head. Psychologists call it upward social comparison, and it can kill your happiness. You see someone with a bigger house or a more exciting job, and that voice in your head whispers, "Why isn't that you?" This constant feeling of not being good enough can lead to anxiety, envy, and even depression. You end up focusing on what you don't have, forgetting to appreciate what you do have. Think of it like driving your perfectly good car. You love it until a brand new sports car pulls up next to you. Suddenly, your car feels rubbish. Nothing about it has changed, but your perception has plummeted. That's what happens to our self-worth when we get stuck in the comparison trap. The worst part is, it can paralyze you. You get so caught up in feeling bad that you lose motivation to move forward. This is the real danger of unchecked comparison. It doesn't just make you feel bad, it stops you from achieving your goals. It's a self-sabotaging cycle, and it's tricky to break. We're hardwired to compare, but what if you could fiddle with the wiring? Enter the positive reframing hack. Instead of letting comparison lead to envy, turn it into inspiration and motivation. Change your brain's channel from, "Oh, I'll never have that," to, "How can I get some of that?" The act of comparison isn't the problem, it's the conclusion you draw from it. The positive reframe is, "They have something I don't. What can I learn from how they got it?" It's not a judgment on your worth. It's a piece of data, a roadmap to a destination you might want to reach. Reframing is like learning to drift a car. Your instinct is to panic, but a skilled driver learns to counter-steer. You're taking the same force and redirecting it to your advantage. Essentially, you're turning a rival into a pacemaker. They show what's possible. When you see someone who has achieved something you want, see them as a pacemaker. They've shown you the goal is achievable. Your job is to use their example as fuel for your own engine. It's a game changer. Imagine you're scrolling online and see a friend has completed a marathon. The old brain kicks in. Look at them, so fit and disciplined. You feel jealousy and inadequacy, and you quickly scroll past, feeling worse. Now, apply the reframing hack. Feel the initial pang of jealousy, but then shift gears. Ask different questions. How did they go from jogging to a marathon? What training plan did they use? Suddenly your friend isn't a symbol of failure. They're a source of information and a blueprint for success. Here's another one. A colleague gets a promotion you wanted. The gut reaction is envy. Reframe it. Acknowledge the disappointment, then get curious. What skills did they demonstrate? Maybe I could take a course on public speaking. In both scenarios, the external fact is the same. Someone else achieved something. But the internal reaction is different. The first path drains your energy. The second transforms envy into productive energy. It's not about pretending you're not jealous. It's about acknowledging that feeling and asking it a useful question. It's a game changer. How do you actually do it? It's a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice. Here's a simple, 4-step process for when you feel that green-eyed monster creeping in. First, notice and name it. Catch yourself in the act. Just mentally say, "Ah, there it is. That's comparison." Second, acknowledge the desire. Jealousy is a signpost pointing to something you want. Get specific. Move from "I want what they have" to a clearer goal. I want to feel healthier or be seen as a leader. Third, get curious, not furious. Turn the other person from a rival into a case study. Ask practical questions. What steps did they take? What skills did they need? Finally, take one small action. Motivation without action is just daydreaming. What's the smallest step you can take? It could be Googling a training plan or updating your CV. This tiny action proves you are in control and starts building momentum. And as anyone who's ever tried to push start a car knows, momentum is everything. It's a powerful tool for taking back control from that automatic part of your brain. What does this look like in the real world? It's about making tiny course corrections throughout the day. Let's walk through a hypothetical day. You wake up, grab your phone, and see a friend on a beach in Thailand. The old brain goes, "Ugh, it's raining here and I have to work." The reframing brain does this. Comparison. I want a holiday. How do they afford to travel? I'll spend 10 minutes tonight looking at budget travel blogs. Later, you're in a meeting. A junior colleague presents a brilliant idea. The old brain whispers, "Crikey, they're half my age and twice as clever." The reframing brain goes, "I want to be seen as innovative. What made their idea so good? I'll ask them to show me how that software works later." Then you get home and see your neighbor with a new electric car. The old brain sighs. Must be nice. The reframing brain thinks, car envy. I want something modern. What are the running costs? I'll check a car review website to see the real-world costs. It's a much better use of your brain power. Let's be realistic. This positive reframing hack is not a magic wand. It's not going to instantly solve all your problems or make you immune to jealousy. You'll still have days where you feel flat. That's perfectly okay. It's human. The goal isn't to become a robot. The goal is to have a better tool for when those feelings pop up. Think of it as a spanner. A spanner can't build a car, but it's useful when something starts rattling. Positive reframing is your mental spanner. When you feel that rattle of inadequacy, you can tighten things up. The beauty of this technique is that it gets easier with practice. The first few times might feel clunky, but your brain will start to build muscle memory. After a while, the process becomes faster and more automatic. You'll catch the negative thought earlier and shift into a curious mindset almost instantly. The aim is progress, not perfection. Every time you reframe a thought, you're strengthening that mental pathway. It's a powerful tool for taking back control and putting your rational self back in the driver's seat. So, there you have it. We're all wired to compare, but it doesn't have to leave us stalled. With the positive reframing hack, you can transform negative energy into fuel for your journey. It's about making a conscious choice. When you see someone else's success, choose to see it as evidence of what's possible. This isn't about deluding yourself. It's about being a clever mechanic of your own mind. I encourage you to try this. The next time you feel that pang of comparison, Don't just scroll past it. Use the 4 steps. Notice it, acknowledge the desire, get curious, and take one small action. You might be surprised at how a simple shift can change your outlook and actions. You have nothing to lose and a lot to gain. It's your turn to take the wheel. If you found this useful and want more practical tips, why not stick around? Pop your email in the subscription box below to join our community. You'll get more articles like this sent straight to your inbox, with no spam, just useful stuff. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you on the next one.